Oh,
Come on in. Come on in.
happy Friday, everyone.
Mm-hmm. Come on in. Let us know where you're streaming from. Let us know where
How
you
was your day?
Long. Brother out here trying to work, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, a quarter, a nickel, dime, a nickel, whatever it is. We out here, we hustling. Me and my boy had a speaking engagement early this morning. Then had a business meeting. Then had another business meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, making it do what it do. Mm-hmm.
Trying to do something.
Trying to do something, build a legacy. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm Charmaine.
I'm Jomo.
And we come to you all every Friday night.
Most Friday nights.
Well, most Friday nights, because we have been slacking lately with real, raw, and relevant conversations as it pertains to relationships, marriage, dating, all the above.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight,
we're
going to be talking about trending conversations as it pertains to relationship, things that you should ask your spouse or someone that you're dating or in a relationship with, so you guys can get to know each other better, kind of get a gauge on how they're thinking, some things that you could do better in your relationship. These questions can help you identify some areas that you might be a little weak in your relationship.
Okay.
All right?
Let's jump in.
Okay, let's jump in.
Mm-hmm.
So number one, to you, what form of physical touch best express I love you?
Hugs.
What form of hugs? Okay.
Hugs, kisses, rubbing my head.
Okay.
This part of my head, just to get clarity.
Right.
In the car, just touching my hand. Rub my shoulders.
Holding hands.
Yeah, it's not deep, but there's something happens when we touch.
Right.
And for me, yes, sex is wonderful. That's a good thing. But I see, I as I get older, I do appreciate touching more than I did when I was younger.
That's good. That's good. I think for me, it's the same type of touch. Not necessarily, I love you touch doesn't necessarily need to be like a sexual type of touch.
Yeah.
It's more of affection, letting the person know that they care about you type of touch. It's almost like that mothering, nurturing touch, not necessarily I want to have sex with you touch.
Okay.
No, you don't agree?
I mean, I snuggle a little bit more without intention.
Right.
Before I would snuggle to have sex.
Right.
I had a game plan. I had a strategy.
You had an ulterior motive to the touch.
I don't know if anybody gonna be honest, but I know there was a time where I was giving a massage, but I wasn't getting a massage to relax you. I was getting a massage to get you in the mood.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean?
Right. That's real.
Now this
that's
is,
real.
for some,
it was like foreplay.
Yeah, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna rub on you, and eventually, God willing, this is gonna work out. This is gonna
turn into something else.
So I'm glad to no longer be that selfish.
Right.
Now some of you brothers out there like, man, you don't put out to not have. Now I still have ambition and I still have ulterior motives, but they're better than I used to be. And
we have a video that we did maybe a month ago that talks about different signs of
correct. Whether a person's
wanting
trying
to be intimate.
Correct.
And how women and men think so differently when it comes to touch and clues into when they want to have sex or be intimate. Okay. But anyway, so number two, what if we couldn't agree on something significant? This is like a big thing that both of us were involved in. Like how would we be able to work it out if there's been an issue? And we've had certain things in our relationship where we've talked about it, we've talked it out, and we just didn't agree at that time. How do we work it out? Like, what would be your strategy for working it out?
Well, there'll always be disagreement.
Exactly.
That's normal. What works most of the time is we take a break, pray,
think about it.
Get some time, get some wisdom, and then come readdress it.
Right.
Sometimes it works out for me, sometimes it works out for her, and sometimes it just don't work out.
Period. And we just let it die.
Yeah, and sometimes, it gets vetoed. And, because, being human and being selfish, sometimes you do it even though your spouse don't want to do it and just make that move, but that should not be the norm.
Right.
You want to make sure that if you're going to make a move that there is agreement, but there will always be disagreement. There'll always be discord. It's how you navigate through those disagreements in an amicable way. The key aspect is, especially when you're in a situation where you disagree on the issue and not your whole relationship.
That's good.
We have a propensity to allow one issue to bleed into every aspect of your relationship.
Right.
There's other aspects of a relationship that's working.
Right.
That's good. The things that are not working, you work on.
And the things that we have had disagreements on in the past, or we just couldn't come to a mutual agreement on, depending on what it was, I'm just going to give you an example. If it's about an investment or something like that, we will seek some type of advice from somebody that has done a similar type of investment or that has done investments, or that's an entrepreneur, so that we can get their take on it, not necessarily on our situation, but what their experience has been personally, so we can kind of get some more knowledge, some more insight, some more wisdom into the situation. And then we'll just take it to God in prayer. Give each other time to really take it to God in prayer, and then come back to each other and say, hey, this is what God's speaking to me on. I'm really not feeling comfortable with it. Or, God is saying, I'm not comfortable with it, but I want to meet you in the middle with this. So how can we both get what we want, like compromise a little bit with the situation? So we've had to do all of the above.
Yeah.
At one point in time. I mean, some things Jomo wanted to do as far as investments go, I didn't really understand it, or I didn't see how it would be beneficial or whatever for us. But I was like, you know what? If you're this passionate about it, let's go for it. The key with doing that is, for me, I'm not going to throw it in your face if it doesn't work out, because we have agreed that we're going to go forward with it. So I'm not going to say, I told you so. I told you it wasn't going to work out. No, we agreed together that this is what we were going to go in. If I'm going to go in with you, I'm going to go in all the way like it was my idea as well. So just make sure that you don't throw things in each other's faces if you do decide to go along with it and it doesn't work out. All right. Number 3. What could I say or do that would lead you to distance yourself from me?
It's a lot of these.
I think breaking trust is a huge thing that could cause someone in a relationship.
Breaking trust, disrespect, disrespect in all forms.
Right. Lying. It's another form of disrespect.
Yeah, disrespect, lack of honor. Which a lot of it goes back to respect. Right. How you talk to a person, how you treat a person. And I think the lack of touch. I mean, there's people I know that don't even hug their spouse.
How do you sleep in the bed with somebody and not hug them? I guess that's a form of affection that you don't really have to hug somebody.
You got no.
If you're not hugging, you're not doing a lot of stuff.
No hugging, no kissing, no touching. Dang, why be married? I'm
your roommates.
Yeah. I could. I mean, obviously people do it,
right?
For whatever reason.
But the longer it goes out that you don't touch, the easier it gets not to touch, and the more you open a foothold for the devil to come in, the enemy to come into your relationship and cause some type of strife.
Yeah, so, I just don't. I think so many people are living a facade so that everyone else can see they got it when they really don't have it. So they rather pretend like it's happy when it's not.
Paint the pretty picture.
Yeah, foolishness.
Right. All right. What do you do if you are offended by something that I do? Like, how would you respond if you were offended by something that I do?
Initially, I get quiet because I don't want to say something that will have long-term consequences.
I initially think when I get offended, okay, for one, did he mean it the way I took it? Am I hearing from a hurt place? I try to look at it from different angles first. Sometimes I just go full force and I just attack it. And that doesn't work out for me very often. But when it comes to outside of our relationship, it works really good. Like, I'm on it.
Yes,
oh, for real? That's what you said about him? Yeah, we're not going there.
Yeah, I process. I've made some mistakes with words and said things too quickly, and I get beat for it.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's better to, what is it? Pause, ponder, pray, proceed.
James 1:19 tells us to be slow, and usually when I'm fast, I regret it. So I really try to ponder how I'm going to respond to that, because when I'm in my feelings, I could just wreck everything. That's why, the reason why I'm really slow to respond, because I'm afraid that if I say everything that's deep, 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 deep in the crevices of my madness,
right?
It would, first off, it's not godly. I know it's not. Secondly, it'll be very hurtful. And we all know areas in which we could hurt people with.
Right.
And so I have to ask myself, first off, I ask myself, do I deserve this? What caused this? Am I reaping a harvest of something I sowed? I really analyze, because sometimes all you're getting is your harvest. And I can't get mad at you if I sowed a bad seed and now I'm reaping this. Right. So I try to process before I respond. I want to make sure I understand.
And an example of him saying reaping a harvest that he created is if he committed adultery and then I'm responding to something that triggered me that he did that really has nothing to do with a sign of him cheating, but it's a trigger for me. And he gives me grace, and maybe by not responding to me acting out on the trigger, because he realizes this is a direct reflection of what has happened in the relationship.
Collateral damage.
Yes. So number 5, I think it's number 5. What behaviors do I have that you find bothersome? What behaviors do I have that you find bothersome? By the way, all of these questions are really great conversational questions, because over the years of being married, if you are married and you're listening to us, you can create these habits that you didn't have before that are aggravating your spouse, and they're just not saying anything. So now you're opening up the floodgates for them to be honest.
I want to ask y'all a question. Should I answer this question, or should I just pass? No, come on, in the chat. Should I answer this question, or should I pass? Come on, let's give them time to talk. Come on. Should I answer this question?
I think say one thing, because it's probably, I would think I would aggravate you about more than one thing, because I know you aggravate me more than one thing. So.
Okay, here's my answer.
Okay.
Her propensity to overfix things.
That's good. We just had a conversation about that we posted.
That's what I'm saying. I made it easy.
It was dinner conversation.
Yeah, it's good. Let it be.
Yeah.
That's
definitely something I do.
She's a perfectionist, so she'll just won't stop. And it's good. And she'll go. But I'm not going to change that.
Right.
And that's.
So I think everybody's standards are different too. So meeting someone in the middle with that, I guess. Yeah, I get it. That's good. That's good stuff. I think this is creating a space where couples can get together and talk about these things, right?
If they're healthy.
Oh, and not just making jabs and being negative.
Yeah.
Well, you have to you have to have a form of maturity with it.
Well, a lot don't. They just go in on each other, and
this is not a time to go in.
Yeah.
This is a time to learn each other and get to know each other better. I think knowing that you're aware of certain things that bother your spouse or your loved one, it helps you to be more aware. It helps your awareness. And when you're aware, hopefully you respond in a better manner. But anyway, would you like to be more affectionate with me? I think you are affectionate enough. I think you're affectionate now. Thank you very much.
You want me to turn it down? You want to turn the affection down?
No, I don't want you to turn it down. I love affection. But I don't think you need to turn it up either. I think it's just perfect, just the way it is. Next one, is there anything about our job that could become a reoccurring issue?
Yes. I think at times we have to be mindful of allocation of time. So with that, we are intentional with going away often.
Having date nights.
And going away so that we could have
spend time with the kids.
Yeah. We get away so we can get time to not to focus on us.
I would love to find a balance here at home where we don't always have to just get away in order to spend time together. It'd be nice to enjoy each other here.
There's just a lot of things happening here.
It is, but if you're intentional, like we're intentional about everything else, I think we could do it. I think we could accomplish it. Well, we have to be more intentional, both of us. All right. Is there anything? Oh no, I already said that. When I haven't been able to get your attention, what should I say? I think I'm always able to get his attention. I don't think that's an issue for us.
No, she gonna make attention. She just attention.
Yeah, I don't. That's not an issue for us as far as me getting attention. Is turning down the attention. Like you don't get all the attention. Yeah. How will you be able to forgive me if I've done something that's caused you significant pain?
How do I forgive? What I do is I'm always cognizant that I was first forgiven. Jesus says,
back to the word.
Jesus says, as I have forgiven you, you are to forgive others. The disciples came to Jesus and said, what if a brother does it 7 times? And he says, well, 7 times 70. So that being said, we have to master forgiveness and master confession. If you cannot master confession and forgiveness, you will be a weak Christian. Because the devil will beat your butt. Because you cannot live a victorious life if you cannot forgive and you cannot confess. The Bible says, confess with your mouth and believe in your heart and you shall be saved. So part of salvation is confession. Right. And if you can't forgive, Jesus, if you don't forgive, I can't forgive you.
Right.
So we have to be really cognizant that we all fall short. We all make mistakes. We all say things we should not say. And we have to ask for grace. Now, it's hard. I mean, I know I've said things that, Lord have mercy, they beat me for years. You know, it comes back. And you can't get mad at nobody. You said the stupid things. So since you said the stupid things, it takes a while to filter out, and it's just part of it. So I think that we have to master forgiveness. It's not easy.
No, it's not.
Because feeling, it's just you have to kind of say, okay, Lord, I give it to you.
That's good. That's good. I think for me, having a short memory is a great characteristic. And being able to know, like, keep in mind this person loves you and they want the best for you, and they make mistakes. They're human. They make mistakes. But forgiveness does take time. So give yourself that time to process information and filter it out. Not a year, not 6 months, but give yourself some time to filter it out. And ultimately the goal is to move forward and not continuously look back. So
correct. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he's a new creature. Old things passed away. Behold, all things are new.
Right. Right. And you're ultimately forgiving for you to get the weight off of you, the heavy burden off of you, not necessarily for them. Your obedience and forgiveness is to the Lord, not to man.
Huh.
All right.
Preacher.
What about your tone or my tone or manner of communication makes you spend little time with me? I think this has come up in our relationship a couple of times. People are like, it's your tone. It's not what you said, it's your tone. And it's like, no, you don't like the words that are coming out of my mouth. It's not my tone, you know. But he says it's the tone. So break the tone down. Because it depends on the person.
I think,
it's different tones for different people.
No, it's tone.
Or tolerances.
I think it's tone. It's body language.
Okay.
It's certain words that could be better words could be used.
Okay.
So then you have the combination of words,
mannerism,
and body language.
Mm-hmm.
Not you, but sometimes people like you have a propensity to have an aggressive form of communication.
Not me, but people like me. I know that I can get very emotional very quickly when we're having heated fellowship.
Yeah, so
that's all I have to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Okay, I just want, because I think that more comes from guys than women. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies. If you've ever told your husband, it's not about what you said, it's your tone. Break that tone down for me, guys, in the comment section. And women, if you ladies, if you are the one that says it, break down exactly what your definition of it's the tone. Yeah. Anyway, what are the innermost ambitions or dreams for us? What are your innermost ambitions or dreams for us? So this is definitely a question that you would want to pass off to your spouse or your loved one. We're not going to get all into that. We talk about goals and having long-term and short-term goals throughout the year, starting the year out right with yearly goals, and then doing checkups throughout the year. Now, we haven't done a checkup this year yet. Mm-mm. But, well, you kind of did a check on me a couple of weeks ago. You're like,
what was a check? What's a check?
You told me this month you ain't like going ham with the bank account. That's what you told me.
Now,
what was your words? I don't remember. I just remember. In my mind, I just thought, don't spend money this month.
I said, you had a very good July. You had
I did have a good July.
You had a tremendous July.
Now, calm it down.
Now,
for August.
Yes, we were in Jamaica, we were in Vegas, we were in St. Louis.
Yeah.
You got birthday gifts.
Yeah.
You got jewelry.
Yeah.
You got a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I said, it was a lot of investments made into you.
Yes.
So I said, we got to back that up, because some expenditures were not on my budget, but
right.
As the Lord leads. So with that being said, you have to be able to balance a budget and a blessing.
That's good.
Some just want the blessing but don't want the budget. You got to be able to balance to say, well, now listen, this is a blessing. Now you receive the blessing, but with the blessing, we got to tighten the budget. So now my point is, you give a victory. It can't be all budget with no blessing. You got to have a blessing with the budget. If you have a blessing with the budget, they're going to stay in the budget. But if you don't have no blessing with the budget, they're going to fight the budget because there ain't no blessing.
Right.
So it's a balance. And so like now for the back part of the year, we got to bring my stack back up. And so it's our model of stacking and then blessing.
Savings.
Yeah. You have to be an aggressive. Our goal is financial freedom and to position our children to be in a better spot than we are.
Right.
That's the goal. Many of you know we have our daughter has some challenges, and God willing, those challenges don't last her whole life.
Right.
But if they do, we as parents have to make sure there's enough resources that she never has to think about it.
Right.
Those are my facts. So that drives me to provide so that if God forbid we leave this earth and my children have to take care of themselves, money won't be an issue. Now, I don't know what drives you, but that's real to me because obviously I love my daughter and, I love all my kids. But at this point, we have to make sure she's covered.
Right. I totally agree. Well, it has been wonderful, my friends. We appreciate you guys spending your Friday evenings with us, as always. And we will continue our conversation questions next week.
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
love, laugh, and learn. God bless you.